Hello guys, it's Bino123 and I'm back with another r/entitled parents video, and today I have three stories for you guys. The first is about an EP who tries to pay her way so she can skip the queue. Next is about a dad who tries to steal a trolley from a little girl. Lastly, an entitled mother who demands free cupcakes for her son's birthday. And before we get right into the video, tell me guys if you prefer background visuals or background music, because I can only do one, and hopefully we can hit 4K subscribers. Anyways, there's a secret question in the video, answer it to get a free heart. Let's get straight into the video. This one's titled, EM offered to pay more to get in front of the line. Hello everyone, ever since I could work, most of the jobs I chose dealt with customers directly. I like it. Most people are fun to talk to and engage in, most. Some, not so much. I think the most fun was when I was a teacher by day and tutor by night, but this story was about my current workplace, a bookshop. People tend to think working at a bookshop is chill and laid back. Not this one. For one, other than the usual fiction, non-fiction books, we also sell textbooks and coursebooks to university students and a select group of primary secondary school students. They also require sets and stationery that usually took a while to set up. Now, to the story. The primary, secondary schools started about a month ago, and parents were highly encouraged to buy the necessities in advance on our website to avoid delays, especially when deliveries were requested. But of course, not everyone has this common sense. So, a few days before school started, amongst the calls from anxious but understanding parents, the EM called and I have the luck of picking it up. Usually whoever free can pick up the phone calls, nobody was specifically assigned to it. Apparently she had only placed the order 2 to 3 days ago and demanded to know why it was still not yet ready. As we usually proceed orders pretty quickly, I explained to her due to the sudden influx of last minute orders there would be delays in processing them. She launched into this rant about how she was out of the country until the week before, and since school is starting in a few days, her child is stressing out and panicking, and she's stressing out because of that, and she kept going on. Whenever I tried to say something, she kept cutting me off, saying how we should have told them sooner. Actually, the schools did send emails to all the parents. Also, we don't work for the school, we only provide the items, and how this was unacceptable and somehow this was our fault. I firmly told her that we served orders as they came, first comes first served basis. Then she had the audacity to tell me that I'm useless and of no help, and gruffly said something along the lines of, "So, how much do I need to pay you to make you do my order first?" In my mind, I was thinking, what the hell, lady? I asked her what she meant by that, and she said it again and mentioned how stupid I was for not getting it and offered it again. I told her that was illegal and we have policies that we need to abide to. Then of course, she wanted to speak to the manager. Once again, calling me useless. I kindly told her I am the manager. I'm not. But because of the calls we had been getting, we received permission to say that to stop the customers from taking too much of our time, and told her once more to just wait for the email confirming her order is ready. She swore and promptly hung up. I looked at my colleagues who had been listening in disbelief, and we just laughed and shook our heads at how some people like to blame others for their own shortcomings and do not like to take responsibilities for their own actions. The sad part is, she wasn't the only EP we encountered working in the bookshop. Sigh. This one's titled, Entitled Parent Takes My Trolley. This happened almost 10 years ago when I was roughly 10. I was just about to enter the airport with my parents. My parents asked me to go get a trolley for all the suitcases, which is about 75 meters/yards away and within our line of sight. I go and collect the trolley, and I am walking back with it towards my parents. As I am walking back, an entitled dad, Edie, with his family, essentially snatches the trolley from me and tells me to go get another one for myself. Me being a kid at the time, I didn't really know what to do. Was too old to just start crying, but I wouldn't really stand up to an adult. So I walked back to get another trolley for my parents. My dad sees all this happen and comes back furious at Edie. He first comes to tell me to put the second trolley back and then brings me over to the man. He yells at Edie, telling him how dare he snatch something off a child, and forces Edie to apologize to me and return the trolley. Edie tries making excuses about how his family is late for a flight and really needs to go, but my dad essentially tells him to fuck off. and maybe plan his trips next time instead of taking something off a child. At this point, I was really embarrassed that my dad had made a big deal out of it, as I just wanted to collect another trolley. But now in hindsight, I love my dad for doing what he did and would 100% do the same thing if I ever saw it happen. This one's titled EP Demands Cupcakes for Her Son's Birthday, Threatens to Get Me Fired. So, a bit of background. I work at a small business bakery in a relatively small town. Normally, I work by myself until close, then I close the shop and clean up for a bit before heading out. On this particular day, I started a batch of frosting semi-late and was late to closing. Doors were locked on time, but some cupcakes were left up front until about 10 minutes after when they shouldn't have been. Enter our entitled parent. I went out to see them and spotted a lady leaving her car and spotting me through the glass store front. I ignore her and continue closing. About 30 minutes pass and I go back up front to leave my 3 cupcakes for working in hand. At this point, all the cupcakes have been put up, the register emptied, and shop is entirely closed down. I see EP is standing just outside the doorway waiting for me to come back. I decide to just push past her and go home, as it has been a long day and I had homework at home to finish. I open the door up and exit. EP is entitled parent. M is me. EP. About time you let me in. Me. Pardon? EP. You've wasted plenty of my time. I say, on top of the discount, name of the store owner, gives me you also owe me that cupcake in your hand. Me. Excuse me, ma'am, but the store is closed. We'll open back up tomorrow at 10 and you come in and get your cupcakes then. Have a nice evening. I then try to close the door, but EP gets more pushy, tries to get through to the shop while trying to grab my cupcake. EP, excuse me, I am trying to get my cupcake for my son's birthday, so you're going to let me in? Me, actually, no I'm not. The shop is closed. Even if I wanted to, it would take another 30 minutes to reopen the shop for you, then to close up again, so I'm going to decline and ask you to leave me alone. EP, you better get me those cupcakes now and free since you're wasting time on my son's precious day, or else I'll call store owner's name and get you fired. Now this is a smallish town and those that typically go to the shop do know the owner, so EP knowing the owner makes sense and I got slightly scared, but the owner would likely side with me, being that she specifically told me I could decline service since we're privately owned business. I finally got her away from the door so I could lock it, then started to quickly walk to my car across the street while EP yelled at me. EP, you ungrateful brat, you ruined my son's birthday and I'll make sure, store owner's name, fires you for it. Fast forward a few days. I followed up with my boss to see if EP did call or notify her. She hasn't, and most likely won't. Turns out, EP is somewhat of a regular and my boss knew exactly who she was. My boss is a part of a religion and because of such, provides customers who go to her church with a discount. EP is friends with a regular who receives the discount and thought that since she knew both her friend and my boss, she too deserves the discount. She comes to the shop once a month or so to harass employees to give her the discount and has been denied service on multiple occasions. My boss told me I had nothing to worry about because of what I did. If I do run into EP again, I'll give another update, but that's the story for now. EP, final boss. And here you have an angry squinting Wayman. Give my child your goddamn laptop, because he can spell good. That's how EPs work. This was titled Every Entitled Parent's Video Story. They tried to take the switch. They tried to take the wheelchair. Which one to decide? Which story do I pick? The intensity. I am sweating. I need a handkerchief. A lot of people have been asking me how they can contact me and whatnot. Yes, I'm saying whatnot because I am an old fella. Anyways, I have a Discord if people did or didn't know because I leave it in the description, but guess people never check. So yeah, if you want to join the Discord, links in the description. And if you guys want me to comment after the video or the stories, let me know because I know I stopped it recently, but I could start it up anyways, so yeah.